Hi there everyone, this is H.E.Martin Arts, and today I'll be talking about my most recent animatic, Bread for Grandpa. And I hope you enjoy this little speed drawing here. So, for starters, the story of Bread for Grandpa was inspired by two Brothers Grimm fairy tales. Because this is a fun fact, but also a little writer-artist tip. When I was in college, one of my teachers would repeatedly tell us if we needed ideas for stories or art, take a look at the stories from the Brothers Grimm fairy tales. I'm going to explain both the stories that inspired this animatic, and once I explain the stories, you'll be able to put the pieces together of which parts of the stories I used. The first story is called The Ungrateful Son. In this story, a man and his wife are eating chicken when the man's father comes to their house asking for food, but the man refuses to give his father food and only gives him a glass of water. As punishment for his selfishness, a toad latches itself onto the man's face and never lets go, and the man is forced to feed the toad or else the toad will start biting him. The second story, which this story is actually the main reason of me making this animatic in the first place, is called The Old Man and His Grandson. In this story, there is a grandfather, the grandfather's son, and the son's wife, and their 4-year-old son. In this story, the grandfather's son and his wife make him eat in the corner of the room because he keeps spilling his broth on the tablecloths due to his trembling hands. And whenever he would spill his broth, he would always be scolded, even though he obviously couldn't help it. So one night, the 4-year-old son starts gathering some bits of wood, and when his parents asked him why he was doing that, he said he was making a little, I'm probably gonna mispronounce this, but a little throw for his father and his mother to eat out of when he gets older. And the story ends with the parents realizing they need to treat the grandfather better, so they allow him to eat at the table with them again. With my animatic story, I used the theme of respecting your elders. I also added the theme of the next generation improving from the previous generation. Obviously, I'm referring to the son trying to help the grandfather when his parents wouldn't help, and that even after 20 years have passed, he still goes to see his grandfather's grave and brings him bread. However, unlike in the two Grimm's fairy tales, I decided to make the ending of my animatic a bit darker than the original stories it was based on, with the ending of the grandpa paying the price for the parents' selfish act, because when adapting an old fairy tale or story, I found there are two ways people typically go about it, and I'll use an example of the story of Alice in Wonderland. The original story was written by Lewis Carroll, and the first way to adapt an old story was to make it a lighter-hearted version of the original story, which is what the very well-known Disney Alice in Wonderland did. And the other way is to make the story darker than the original. A good example of this is the video game American McGee's Alice and Alice the Madness Returns. So obviously I took the make the story darker than the original route. So that's it for the story behind Bread for Grandpa. This has been H.E.Martin Arts, and I hope you all have a wonderful day or night or whatever time it is when you're watching this. Goodbye!